Hey everyone, this is Steve from PublishPress, and in this video I'm going to be answering a couple of customer questions about the PublishPress Future plugin. This allows you to make automatic changes to your content, and a couple of our customers wanted to make changes to their WooCommerce content. If something changed with WooCommerce, they wanted then to have a reaction. For example, if a price changed, they wanted to add a new category to that particular product. So, if you have an example of a product here, perhaps you change the price and then an extra category is added. If the stock status changes and a product moves from in stock to out of stock, well then maybe an email can be sent to the person responsible for ordering more of that product. Or possibly under the Advanced tab, a new purchase note is added. And again, that can be emailed to someone that needs to react to it. Now, these are three fairly simple examples. We're going to change the regular price of the product. We're going to change the stock status, and we're going to add a purchase note. And each of these is going to trigger a change on the site. All of this is possible with the PublishPress Future plugin. We're going to be using the Pro version of the plugin in this particular video. And after you watch the video, you'll be able to get a clear idea of what this plugin can do for you. More than just these three examples, there are all sorts of ways in which you can use the plugin to trigger automated changes to your WooCommerce store. Let's get started with the first one. We are going to take a look at the regular price, and if it changes, we're going to add a new category called sale. So a new product category called sale is going to be added every time the price changes for a particular product. So I have PublishPress Future Pro installed on this site. I'm going to go to Future and the Action Workflows area, and then I'm going to add a new workflow. And the first thing we need is a trigger, something that will start the process, that will start the changes to the site. I'm going to click on Add a New Trigger, and I'm going to choose Post Meta Changed, because most of the WooCommerce data is stored as metadata. So on the right side, I'm going to remove the posts choice, and I'm going to choose products instead. So this is going to have an impact whenever something changes on a WooCommerce product. And the other key piece of information I need is the meta key. Now, normally, this is going to be stored in the post meta table in your database. So you will need at least the ability to check the database table for your site. I have an example here, and these are the different metadata information rows for a WooCommerce product. Most of them are written in clear, plain English, so they're fairly straightforward to see and to understand. We are looking for the price table down here. That's what I'm going to grab. You could also use regular price as well. Either of those will work to record what the actual price is of your WooCommerce product. So back in the workflow, I'm going to fill that in the sidebar in the meta key area. So what I'm telling PublishPress Future right now is this automation is going to start once something changes in the metadata for a WooCommerce product, and specifically when something changes about the price of that particular product. Then I can decide what the change is. So I'm going to add a step, and this will be to add extra terms to the post. So on the right side, I'm going to choose product categories, and I'm going to choose the sale term. So one more time, when the post meta changes for a WooCommerce product, and in particular the price, automatically we are going to add extra terms to that product, and we're going to add this particular product category called sale. So I'm going to give that workflow a name. So this will be add term when price changes. And I'm going to publish that workflow. Now let's give this a try. I'm going to go and edit an existing product that I have. And by default, the regular price is set to $5. What I hope to happen after my workflow has been set up is that I can change the regular price, and then this product category is going to be added. I'm going to hit on publish and save that change. And now the product category has been added. Next, I'll take a look at the example I mentioned in the introduction, which was a change to the inventory. So we have the stock status here. One option is in stock, another is out of stock, another is on back order. And we want to send an email if something changes with this. So I'm going to save this product as out of stock as an example. And I'm going to check the database again. And as before, this is going to be a fairly easy to read row of information, even if you're not that comfortable going inside the database. We're simply looking for stock status, that row in the database. That's what we're going to use to trigger the workflow. So I'm going to exit this workflow we built first time around. I'm going to add a new workflow. And this time I'm going to add a trigger, which is post meta changed again, the same one we chose before. And I'm going to take a very similar approach to the last time. I'm going to run this only for things in the products post type. And the meta key this time is going to be stock status. And what I want to happen is to have an email sent. So we can choose the recipient. You can enter a specific email address or use some of the automatic options available. You can set the subject of the email and you can set the message as well. In this case, I'm going to include the message, the stock status has changed there. So that's going to be some of the content of the email. And I'm going to publish this particular workflow. And now I'm going to give it a test. What I'm hoping is, with this particular product, if the stock status moves from out of stock to in stock, that's going to trigger an email automatically every time. To test this properly, I'm going to quickly install an email logging plugin in the background. So if I refresh the page, I have the email logging plugin up there as well. And what I'm going to do is simply go to the inventory tab, change out of stock to in stock, click update, and then let me check the email logs to see what happened. The emails were sent. The one email was sent to 2 different email addresses. And if I check the view content option, we have the content that we set. Inside Publish Press Future, you can customize this email in great detail. For example, you can specify exactly what the stock status was both before and after the change. That is available inside the workflow editor using these pop-up options here. You can dig down into all the metadata before and after, and you can really customize the email to make it as useful as you want. In the beginning, I came up with a third example, and we're going to test that one too before the end of this video. This example will show you how you can customize that email in more advanced ways. A quick reminder of that third example, we are going to automatically send an email every time a new purchase note is added to a WooCommerce product. And this time, we're going to include the contents of that purchase note. So first things first, I'm going to find out exactly how this purchase note information is entered into the database. So I'm going to save an example, and then I'm going to check the database. And let's take a look. Okay, there we go. Purchase note. That's what we need. So I'm going to copy and paste that. I'm going to go to the workflow editor, and I'm going to add a new workflow. And just as we've done the previous 2 times, the trigger is going to be post meta changing, and the post type is going to be products. This time, the meta key is going to be purchase note. And we're going to send an email again. And what we want to do this time is make sure that the content of the message contains the purchase note. So I'm going to click on this icon here, and up here has the email details. I can customize the information in here. We can go through the meta information, and we have the old meta information here. So I'm going to say the previous purchase note was. Now this may not exist. If it's empty, there will just be nothing in this part of the text. And now we can say the new purchase note is, and we're going to choose the new meta value for that. Let's give this a try. So we have the post meta value. When the purchase note changes, we're going to send an email. And that email is going to be customized with the text for both the previous version of the note and also the new version of the note. I'm going to publish this workflow. I'm going to go to the product where I have an existing purchase note, and I'm going to add the updated text to make it very clear this is the new version of the note. What I'm hoping when I click update is that the email is sent. I'm going to check my email log plugin now. This time, I'll click on view content for this particular view. And there we go. We have the previous purchase note text and now the new purchase note text. This is all possible with the Publish Press Future plugin. Basically, if anything changes on your WooCommerce product, you can then set a series of changes in motion. It could be adding a tag, removing a tag, changing the status of the product, sending an email. There's a ton of different things you can do. But if you want to schedule changes or workflows based on your WooCommerce content, then Publish Press Future is the plugin that you need.